looks like a good place to start a cult. What's going on, guys? This is Carl with Racerred channel. I think I should start one. I could name it the Racerredites, and then my people could call themselves Redites. I already have a good subscriber base. Wouldn't be too hard to do that. If I were to start a cult, the Racerredites, I think there are some things I would do. First of all, I'd make sure that I had some people that I could, start with. So it'd be like, oh, there's the graveyard over there. I probably can't see it through the camera. So my subscriber base would be a really good group of people. And then I would make sure that I had people around me that were loyal, and I would give them titles. And then the people, the body of the church, they would call each other family names. So they would not feel alone ever. They would have a massive family. So they would literally call each other by family names. First of all, before even all of that stuff, I would need some kind of doctrine. And so the best one I know of is the Bible. So I would just take that and use it as the base. That way it's a lot easier to write. I could just take the Bible and plagiarize it. That would be way easier to make than come up with my own thing. And so I would kind of add to it, to the stories in it, and make sure that the Racerred community was known to be kind and fair. But I would have some sneaky rules in there, for sure. One of my sneaky rules would be, you have to ride motorcycles. You have to learn how to ride. And I would make work part of your everyday existence. You'd have to work towards all of our goals, because that's how cults work. You have to take up more of the people's time than just every Sunday, because otherwise they'll start to think outside of the box a little bit. So you have to have a lot more than just every Sunday. So I would have you guys working on motorcycles. We'd have group gatherings on skills training and stuff. I really hope I get all of you guys involved in my new cult. It'd be awesome. I would get all the ladies though. Although I would get all the ladies, I would make sure that my cult in the future did not believe in having giant groups of ladies, because that would ruin society. But for me personally, I would make it okay. And I would give you guys a requirement, so you're not going to dirt bike heaven unless you give me a percentage of your income, at least, a bare minimum. That is not found in the Bible, so I would have to pretend that the Bible says that or something. What else? Because I need a lot of money in order to get this thing going. So I would require you guys to give me lots of money. Sorry. It's for the better good.
That climb back there, it's like, oh.
Never trust a fart while you're riding hard, dude.
Dude.
Never trust it.
Oh, I think
That's like rule number 1. That's an amateur move.
I know, bro.
You gotta make sure you're on a flat road and then you can like ease it out.
Yeah,
You gotta, if it starts to burn, then you pull it back in. In order for us to get the Racerredites on the road, I'll use a doctrine that's easy to write, so I'll base it off the Bible, and then I'll get my group around me, which is you guys, my subscribers. You will be like the hierarchy. I'll give you names like that are authoritative, and I'll give myself the most authoritative name, like I am descended. And then anybody who argues against us will say, I will put information out that says you can only get info from me. This will isolate you guys, sorry to say, so that you guys can't get correct information. And I will say that the information that you don't get from me is from the enemy. It is from the enemy. And so you can't get any other information. This is essential for this thing to work, guys. Now, I think that there's going to be a requirement to come to church every Sunday in order to get to the special clubhouse. Now, in the special clubhouse, it's like a museum of motorcycles. So there are some requirements to get to this museum of motorcycles, which is also the highest level of afterlife. So you can't get to the highest level of afterlife until you go through this special club of motorcycles. In order to do that, you need to have at least, I would say, 10% of your whole income going towards me and my cause. It won't go towards me though, it'll go towards like, buildings and like investments and stuff. Don't worry, guys, it's just fine. Also, I will get all the ladies, but I will make it a rule that you guys can't do that, especially like those who come after me. I don't think society would run well like that, so like we need to put an end to it after me. But like as long as I'm around, I get all the ladies. And all I do is have like lots of women, get lots of money, and ride motorcycles. Now, you guys will all need to learn how to ride motorcycles. Those of you who don't know will kind of be, we'll just say that we'll be disappointed in you. And, I think we have a pretty good basis to start this whole religion. Now we're going to call it a religion there, though. Like, we can't be calling this a cult, because it's got to be a legitimate religion. Otherwise, who's going to join a cult willingly? So, I have a Bible-based cult that, like, is a little different, but only I can talk to God and change things. So if I want something changed specifically, and it's just not meshing well with culture, then you can come to me directly, because I can like change things about this religion. And that's essentially how I would do it. I would have requirements for you to do outside of church every Sunday, because cults need lots of your time in order to get their fingers well into your life so that you feel empty without them. You'll feel an emptiness without it if it's a big part of your life. Because other churches, like the Christian ones, they don't have requirements, or like they don't push you hard to join any clubs or anything. They just kind of, you can show up and do what you want. It's all free will, and like, but we can't have that because, you know, this one's based off of motorcycles, and you gotta have some strict requirements so that when people call you out on your BS, it's like, yeah, well, you may be calling out my BS, but you're also the enemy. You're getting your information from the enemy. Son, you're shunned. You're shunned, son. The Racerredites live on past your judgment. You're persecuting us because you are disagreeing with us. I would also kind of throw that term out a lot and get you guys to reuse it as much as possible. Persecution. Anybody who doesn't agree and wants to argue a point against my wild ideas, they're persecuting me and us. It's us versus them. You are a family, brothers and sisters. And so you'll call each other brothers and sisters. You'll call me like father or something. In fact, I have to be more than just father. You'll call the ones under me father, and you'll call me descendant. Because, like, I'm the only one who has the ultimate authority. I have to be. To change the rules of this wild new cult. I mean, religion. You know, once I have your money, once I have a lot of your time so you feel empty without it, without whatever activities I have you do, once I have you guys like as a family, because that's a lot of people crave togetherness, and so it's hard. You have to work for it. If you go to a church like a Christian church, you got to go show up and like join their groups and stuff, and you have to work for it. But in mine, you won't have to work for it. You're just automatically part of the family. Let's see. I don't think there's any other elements. If you guys can think of any other elements they'll need, I remember one. You have to have operators, and I do mean operators. I'm gonna get some of my subscribers who are very, very good in, let's say, the dark arts, and they will take care of the loose ends for me. These will be special forces and those types. I will need a lot of money to get all this done, but once I'm into the millions, I think it'd be pretty easy. I would need like 5 or just a really tight-knit group of operators, maybe like 5 people. That's all I would need. And they would do the operations that are behind the scenes and very against the rules of society. So mysteriously, people will go away who are dismantling my newfound religion of the Racerredites. Anyways, if you guys can think of any other things I need to include into the Racerredite religion, let me know. I thought I've done a pretty good job of it, but there could certainly be things I'm missing. I'm no expert, or am I? You'll never know, because the information coming from me comes straight from the higher authorities in the universe. You'll never know. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
His name is Racerred. If he wasn't riding, he'd be in bed. He naps during the day. He rides his love from garage bays. Oh, he rides all night, full throttle all the time. Oh, he was born to ride. Racerred. Like, comment, and subscribe.